Hello everyone, good evening. Maya Nagri, Mumbai, home to the Hindi film industry, is today the stage of a nail-biting political drama. It's not a good versus evil story. It's a nephew versus uncle story. An uncle who is 83 and a nephew who has run out of patience for the lead role. Today, the chief protagonist of the NCP Mahabharat stepped out to wrestle for perception, sympathy, and of course, numbers. Who won? Well, I won't hedge my bets right now, but I think it is safe to say that Ajit Pawar has the edge. Both NCPs today were in show of strength mode, essentially flexing their muscle. 17 MLAs were present at Sharad Pawar's meeting, but the rival camp had almost double the number, 31. As you know, the magic number is 36. 36 out of 53 is 2/3 of the party. So Ajit Pawar is still 5 short of the 36 mark to stake claim to the party, its symbol and its name. But of course, that didn't stop him from going to the Election Commission today and staking claim to the party name and symbol. He also declared himself party president. In a tit-for-tat move, Sharad Pawar too approached the Election Commission asking for the disqualification of 9 rebel MLAs who took oath as ministers, including Ajit. Many people in Maharashtra and those who track politics, this is a deja vu moment because this is exactly what had happened a year ago with the Sena. Katsi, the BJP. But the real family drama played out on stage with Ajit Pawar calling his uncle old and asking him to retire. He also accused Sharad Pawar Sr. of being partial to his daughter Supriya. Supriya punched back. She said that Pawar Sr. is a father to every member of the NCP. Pawar Sr. himself accused Ajit of deceit, but in the end said, let them go and be happy. Listen in to who said what.
2 मेला त्याच्या आधीच्या मीटिंग मध्ये की आता मी राजीनामा देतो आणि मी संस्था बघतो. त्या संदर्भामध्ये राजीनामा दिल्यानंतर मी एक कमिटी करतो. ती कमिटी केल्यावर तुम्ही सगळे प्रफुल्लबाई, सुनील तटकरे, जयंत पाटील, त्याच्यामध्ये भुजबळ साहेब, धनंजय मुश्रीफ साहेब, अनिल देशमुख सगळे तुम्ही प्रमुख बसा आणि ते बसून सुप्रियाला राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष करा. आज महाराष्ट्राच्या राजकारणामध्ये जे काही 4-5 जण प्रमुख नेते म्हणून पाहिले जातात, त्याच्यात माझं नाव कुठेतरी येते का नाही शेवटचं. मग आम्हाला का आशीर्वाद दिला जात नाही. घरात देखील 60 वर्ष झाल्यानंतर नवीन मुलगा आला की त्याला सांगितलं जातं, आम्ही शेतकरी घरातली माणसं, शेतकरी सांगतो की बाबा रे आता तू 25 वर्षाचा झालाय, तू आता शेती बघायची, मी तुला सल्ला देईन.
त्यामुळे कोणी सांगत असेल की चिन्ह आम्ही घेऊन जाऊ, चिन्ह जाणार नाही, जाऊन देणार नाही, पण चिन्ह घेऊन जात असं तर कुठलंही चिन्ह असं जोपर्यंत सामान्य माणसाच्या अंतःकरणामध्ये त्या पक्षाचा विचार आणि कार्यकर्त्याची भूमिका सखोलय तोपर्यंत काही चिंता करण्याचं कारण नाही.
माझ्या वाचनात आणि ऐकण्यात आता आलं की काही लोकांचं म्हणणं आहे की काही लोकांचं वय झालंय, त्याच्यामुळे त्यांनी फक्त आशीर्वाद द्यावे. का बरं आशीर्वाद द्यावे? रतन टाटा साहेबांपेक्षा 3 वर्षांनी मोठे आहेत. आजही टाटा ग्रुप पोट तिरकीनी लढतात आणि सगळ्यात मोठा कुठला ग्रुप आहे आज देशात? टाटा ग्रुप आहे.
आम्हाला विचारतात तुम्ही भाजपबरोबर कसे गेले? अरे भाजपबरोबर गेलो, शिवसेनेबरोबर गेलो, तसे भाजपबरोबर गेलो. ते नवीन काय आहे? नितीश कुमार पण भाजपमध्ये गेले, परत बाहेर आले. जयललिता भाजपमध्ये गेला, परत बाहेर आला. नवीन पटनायक तसंच. महबूबा मुफ्ती अनेक. मग ममता बॅनर्जी त्या गेल्या, त्या आल्या. जॉर्ज फडणवीस ते सुद्धा गेले बीजेपी मध्ये काम केलं. अनेक. माझं म्हणणं असं आहे, आम्ही भाजपमध्ये प्रवेश केलेला नाही.
Okay, both factions of the NCP clearly are not holding back, but Ajit with 31 MLAs does have the edge. And that is making the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, edgy. There is wrangling over portfolios, given the fact that a pie that was supposed to be shared between two will now have to be shared between three. Obviously, everyone's share decreases. The fight especially is over the finance portfolio. Ajit Pawar has always held the finance portfolio whenever he's been part of the government. But this time, the roadblock is Mr. Shinde. Let's get more on that angle from our colleague Arunil, who is joining us on the broadcast. Hi, Arunil. Good evening. You're joining us from Mumbai. You've been tracking this entire family drama play out rather publicly in Mumbai since Sunday. I want to ask you, we are talking about Sharad Pawar, we are talking about Ajit Pawar, but the other khichdi that is brewing is within the Shiv Sena camp, where reports are coming now that Eknath Shinde is not happy with the developments that we have seen in the last 72 hours or so. Especially, there seems to be a fight over portfolios. Can you tell us what your sources are telling you about that?
Shreya, good evening to you. Obviously, the main significant aspect today certainly was the fight between the Pawar family. Definitely, I'll come to your question as well regarding CM Shinde and the alleged trouble that has been brewing in the Shinde camp. Firstly, after 3 days of shadow boxing, today it was the day when verbal blows were exchanged in the Pawar family itself. In the spotlight clearly was Ajit Pawar. He started it first, launching a very measured, very cautious attack at Sharad Pawar, basically saying that I have grown under his tutelage. But now it is time for us also to spread our wings. He basically gave an example of Sharad Pawar saying that at an age of 34 only, Sharad Pawar basically had deceived his own role model, that was Vasantdada Patil, and basically left the Congress party. He gave several such examples of it. The recent being joining hands with the Sena, saying that it was a completely ideologically different party, but Sharad Pawar still took the decision because he wanted to be in power. And that is why we are also taking this decision, because we want to serve the people, we want to serve our constituencies, and also ensure that the money that we draw from, obviously, the government funds, that can be used for the NCP cadre only. Several examples were given by Ajit Pawar. Ajit Pawar also went to the extent of saying that Sharad Pawar was biased towards his own daughter. But the most significant point that Ajit Pawar basically made, Shreya, was that I also want to be the CM of Maharashtra. Now, if you look at historically, Ajit Pawar has held the DCM post, that is the deputy CM post, as many as 5 times, but he has never held the top post in Maharashtra politics. Now, this is something that should make CM Shinde himself very, very wary, because Ajit Pawar is an ambitious politician, and right on the stage, he is basically making his ambitions clear. Now, at present, there is a meeting that has been happening at the Varsha Bungalow, which is the official residence of CM Shinde. CM Shinde's itinerary basically was that he was supposed to accompany the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, to the tour of Vidarbha. Yesterday, he went to Nagpur, but immediately, late night, he returned to the city of Mumbai, because there were clear signs of trouble within his own party. There was dissatisfaction that was been brewing within his MLAs, because his MLAs have been asking him questions that you promised us cabinet berths, and now it has been shared with Ajit Pawar. We got out of the main Shiv Sena complaining about Ajit Pawar, that how he is to trouble us in our constituencies. We got out saying that Hindutva was compromised by Uddhav Thackeray. What are we going to tell our voters? So clearly, CM Shinde has to get into that damage control mode now, because his party MLAs are clearly dissatisfied with the move that has happened. With respect to BJP is concerned, BJP seem to be in a relatively advantageous position, because obviously this decision has been taken keeping in mind the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. With respect to numbers, Ajit Pawar had the numbers of around 31. He still needs 5, but in these kind of situations, when whichever party has an edge, the remaining pending MLAs who have not yet decided, who have basically decided to remain neutral, they take the side of the heavy party, which has more numbers. But whether Sharad Pawar's emotional appeal, charisma will overpower Ajit Pawar's number, that only time will tell. Sharad Pawar is leaving for Delhi tomorrow. He will be holding his national working committee meeting over there. So on all the grounds, this fight is being played out, Shreya.
But look at the gap, 14 to 31. Will any amount of emotional appeal really bridge that gap? Let's see. But as we are saying, it's very clear that it is Ajit Pawar who has the edge, and probably the party. All he needs is 5 more members. And we know that the nature of politics and politicians is such that they always go to the winning side. Arunil, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. Let me go across to my guests who are joining us this evening for a very quick chat. Avadhut Wagh is spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Swagata G. Shah is the NCP spokesperson. She's speaking on Ajit Pawar's side. Thank you very much. Pranay Ajmera is an NCP leader. He's speaking from the Sharad Pawar side. So both NCP sides represented, and both NCP sides today were flexing muscle. Swagata ji, I want to come to you first. Good evening, first of all.
Good evening, ma'am.
We'll talk about the politics later. We'll talk about ancient history. Hi. Give me a minute. So, we'll talk about the politics in just a bit. We'll talk about the numbers in just a bit. Maybe we'll speak about Mr. Shinde in just a bit. But I want to speak to you about perception. We are Indians, right? What is our value system? Our value system is that even if your elders are getting on your nerves, you give them respect and you don't insult them publicly. Isn't that what Ajit Pawar has done today? Right now, I'm not even speaking at someone who has been tracking the story for 72 hours, or, I'm not speaking at someone who probably has an ideological tilt. I'm just speaking as an Indian who's watching everything play out and saying, saying that this is an overambitious nephew, no harm in being overambitious, who's stabbing his uncle in the back. He's calling his uncle who has, nurtured him old. He's saying he's 83 and he should retire. Please tell me, what does this do for the perception of Mr. Ajit Pawar? Why the need to insult an old man? Any old man. It could have been any old man.
Okay. Let me come to the point. See, I tell you, Ajit Pawar, sir, is someone who speaks his heart out, always. He's always been a rebel child, if you'll see. And to be very honest, in the entire Maharashtra, he's been loved by people, loved by all the youth, loved by the entire Maharashtra, urban politics, rural politics, both politics. And I tell you, he really admires Sharad Pawar, sir, because when we started talking about the party disputes or something like that, initially, in fact, to me also, it was being told that Sharad Pawar sir hamare devat hai. He's our God. We really worship Sharad Pawar sir as God. But I tell you one thing, Ajit Pawar is upset with Sharad Pawar because he's growing with age. His health. He's worried for his health. To be very honest, he wants Sharad Pawar sir to give the entire responsibilities which he has on his shoulder to Ajit Pawar, because Ajit Pawar sir deserves it. He might sound a shrewd politician, but he's someone who's blunt and who's direct on face. He's always been like that. At least he's not misleading the people, people. He's not misleading the entire janta, you can say. If you go to his house or if you go to his office, even if you go to Vidhan Bhavan, if you put forward your problem, I've seen this. If you put forward the problem, he makes this point sure the work is done. And if the work is not getting done, he will not waste your time. He'll be honest about it.
No, I'm
That's
not
the reason people call him
Swagata, I'm not doubting his competence here. As I began the show, as I said, I'm just speaking to you like a common Indian who's watching that Indian could be in Tamil Nadu or in the Northeast or,
Yeah.
or in Gujarat or in Delhi and saying, but why would you insult and humiliate an 83-year-old? You are saying he's doing it because he's also worried about Sharad Pawar's health.
It's out of love. It's out of love. See,
Pranay
it depends on
Ajmera, do you...
a perception.
It's out of love. Pranay Ajmera?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's out of
Pranay
love
Ajmera,
for his health.
will you respond to what Swagata is saying? She's saying this rebellion is out of love. Okay, Swagata, you've said it. That this rebellion and this backstabbing and this bad-mouthing is all out of love. Essentially, Pawar Senior is not well. He needs to rest. And Mr. Ajit Pawar knows that very well. So he wants to give his uncle a rest, which is why he has orchestrated this entire coup, etc. Ultimately, it's being done out of love, not hate or ambition.
Shreya ji, this is really unfortunate for me to debate from the opposite side in front of my sister Swagata Didi, whom I have always called Didi, because we have worked together for the party in Pune and in Delhi. Swagata Didi must be knowing this. And she has always treated me or my other colleagues like a younger brother. This is what NCP used to be, a family. A family. Today, that family love, that affection which we had in the party fold is disappearing somewhere. And this is one of the most unfortunate day of my life. Regarding the point you raised, was this because of concern or was this because of something else? I would like to pin a point. I would like to take a point from the Swagata Didi's statement, where at one point she said that Adarniya Dada is upset with Sahab. At the second point, at the second time, she said that Dada is concerned about Pawar Sahib's health. So I think she has to make her point clear what is it actually all about. Regarding Pawar Sahib's health, ma'am, please take this point into consideration. Even Swagata Didi knows this. He's an 83-year-old man who is on field every day in the morning at 7 a.m. He's working till late at night. He has combat cancer. And everyone in the world knows this. But today also, he's there leading from the front. So when it comes to the age, I've always said, of course, if the body is not supporting, a man should take rest. But Pawar Sahib works more than us. We get tired by working for 8 to 10 hours, but Pawar Sahib is there on the field for 14, 16, 18 hours. The man is traveling 200, 300 kilometers every day. Shreya ji, you have been following Pawar Sahib for the last 3-4 days. Did you see that man taking rest anytime? He is in limelight and he is continuously working. And this is not new for him. He's working every time, ma'am. So as far as this concern point is concerned,
here's the point, Mr. Ajmera.
I am not buying that point, ma'am. I'm not buying.
So you're saying that's bunkum.
I am completely in.
Okay, you're not buying that point. But Mr. Ajmera, fact is, fact also is that that today a lot got said, right? The shadow boxing that was going on and no one was being particularly nasty to each other. Today, both sides have been fairly nasty to each other. And leading the way was Ajit Pawar. But one of the things that Ajit Pawar has said, being the nephew, I always felt that my uncle had a bias towards his own daughter, Supriya Sule, that he was partial towards her. Which is why I was not given my due in the party, which is why I wasn't made party president.
Shreya ma'am, when Supriya Tai was elected unopposed as the working president of the party, Honorable Dada was very much present in that particular meeting. That meeting happened in Delhi. I believe Swagata Didi was also there in that meeting, if I'm not wrong. It was with Dada's consent. It was within Dada's knowledge that Honorable Supriya Tai is being appointed as the working president of the party, and he was very happy with that decision. Go to the past, take all the media bites of Adarniya Ajit Dada, and he has himself said that he is very much okay with the decision that has been taken. In today's speech also, Honorable Dada has said that he was okay with Honorable Tai being appointed as the president, not even working president, but president, and they had met Adarniya Sahib for that. But what transpired in all this while is something beyond my and your knowledge, and it is something which has to come up from Dada or Tai. We are not anyone to comment on that.
Swagata.
I can just tell you the situation which transpired
Okay.
in all this.
Okay. So, okay, Swagata Ji, just come in here.
Yes.
I'll just
Yes.
move away from the family drama to something that, and then I'll get Avadhut Wagh as well on the broadcast. Today, Mr. Ajit Pawar on an open stage has said he wants to be chief minister. Will you please confirm to me right here on the show that that is the stated ambition, because it has been said on the stage?
Ma'am, I want to tell you this, that he's a deserving candidate. He's been deputy CM for so many times. You can see the record. And Eknath Vada Ajit Dada, you could see the Shakti Pradarshan. Even I was there on the stage, and I've seen the way people love him to bring change in Maharashtra politics. I feel Ajit Dada Pawar is the next phase, because he's someone who starts his day just like our Supremo Sharad Pawar sir, morning at 6:30, and he stops working almost at 11:30 in the night, and he makes his point sure that he solves each and every problem of all the karyakarta, all the people, whoever will go to his office, go to his Vidhan Bhavan, go to his even home. He makes this point sure that he solves each and every individual.
You are saying he's a deserving candidate.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely he is. And he
Okay,
showed it
Mr.
today.
Wagh, what will you
He showed
do
it
then? Let the BJP spokesperson come in. Mr. Wagh, what will the BJP do now? You already have a chief minister who's on the edge, who's edgy. He is fairly upset that, Mr. Ajit Pawar has stepped in. And now Mr. Ajit Pawar openly is saying, I want to be chief minister. How on earth will you manage these allies?
Number one, that it is your perception that Mr. Eknath Shinde, who is the chief minister, is not happy. That is your perception. I don't feel so. Number two, everybody has got ambition to become chief minister, prime minister, minister, MLA, MP. In politics, there is nothing wrong in that. I just want to show you the difference. You must not have seen or heard any statement from any BJP leader that he wants to become a chief minister. Manohar Lal Khattar, you never must have heard his name, he becomes chief minister. Hemanta Basu, I'm sure you never thought that he will become a chief minister, and Bharatiya Janata Party has made him minister. In 2014, nobody thought that our Devendra Fadnavis will become chief minister. There were so many other leaders who were in limelight, but Devendra Fadnavis become chief minister. Not a single person from my party ever said that I want to become chief minister, because we do not work for our own goals, our own ambition. We work for the nation. We work for our party and for our ideology. That is the difference between other parties.
Then, Mr. Wagh, why does the BJP ally with parties which are so ideologically different?
Give me 1 minute.
Mr. Wagh, then why does the BJP ally with people who are so ideologically different that they are coming on stage and saying, I want to be chief minister? Satta ke liye sab kuch thodi na chalega. Okay, Mr. Wagh, go ahead.
I will reply you. So, Honorable Sharad Pawar ji is also working for the party 24/7 to become a prime minister and to make his daughter as a chief minister, or to secure her in politics or his party. Now, it is very clear that Ajit Dada Pawar also wants to become chief minister. My all good wishes with him. Now, anybody can become chief minister, and I'm sure if Ajit Dada Pawar comes in my party, one day or the other, he will become chief minister.
Great, that is great. Lekin Mr. Shinde ka kya hoga? Are you telling Mr. Shinde that now we have Ajit Pawar and we don't need you anymore? That we needed an insurance policy in place, all you guys got disqualified. So abhi you have said, if Ajit Dada Pawar comes to our party, I'm sure he will be chief minister. Then what is the message you are sending to the current chief minister from the Shiva Sena?
Of course in future. There is nothing wrong in that. If you also come in my party, sometime or the other.
And what about Devendra Fadnavis then?
See, basically,
I don't want to become a politician. I'll be a disaster.
महाराष्ट्र के
I'll
चीफ
be like
मिनिस्टर में कोई परमानेंट नहीं है. हमारे
trouble all the
पार्टी को
time.
यदि अच्छा लगा तो आप भी चीफ मिनिस्टर बन सकते हो. उसमें क्या है? इफ यू आर केपेबल, व्हाई नॉट?
Mr. Wagh,
व्यक्ति विशेष कुछ नहीं
Mr.
है
Wagh, मुझे
कि
छोड़
शरद पवार को ही बनाना,
दीजिए.
सुप्रिया
मुझे
सुले
छोड़
को ही
दीजिए.
बनाना,
I'll be
अजीत
a
दादा पवार को
disastrous
बनाना, ऐसा
politician.
कुछ नहीं है. हमारी पार्टी में जो अच्छा लायक
देखो,
कैंडिडेट
वो
होता
आपने
है
मिस्टर
वो
फडणवीस
चीफ
का नाम तो
मिनिस्टर
लिया
से
ही नहीं.
प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकता है. हमारे पार्टी में एक चाय वाला प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकता है.
अरे वंडरफुल. लेकिन मिस्टर फडणवीस का क्या होगा? I mean, you're patting him in the back for first delivering the Shiv Sena and now delivering the NCP to the BJP. But what will happen to Mr. Devendra Fadnavis? How will you reward him then? He's not
Devendra
doing this
Fadnavis
Janta
has
Seva for
got a
charity,
bright
na sir.
future.
Even he
Devendra
wants to be
Fadnavis
CM.
See, Devendra Fadnavis has got a bright future. He is Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra and he is very happy with that. उनका क्या कर रहा है आगे बढ़कर, और हमारे हाई कमांड जो है दिल्ली में बैठे हुए अमित शाह जी है, जेपी नड्डा जी है, नरेंद्र मोदी जी है, वो डिसाइड करेंगे. मैं तो डिसाइड करने वाला कौन होता हूँ? और कोई आवे या जावे उससे देवेंद्र फडणवीस के फ्यूचर में कुछ फर्क पड़ने वाला नहीं है. ही इज द मोस्ट पावरफुल लीडर ऑफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी इन महाराष्ट्र.
Okay, but this is like saying that, someone has been the captain of the Indian cricket team and is now vice captain, and you're telling me that he's happy as the vice captain and doesn't want to be the captain. Ye baat, as Kapil Dev used to say, hajam nahi hui in that Hajmola ad. You will remember that. I'll give the last word to Pranay Ajmera. Pranay Ajmera, you've heard Mr. Wagh, and one thing he says may resonate, that, Sharad Pawar, he's 83, but for a while has been trying to secure Supriya Sule's career as a politician. He wanted to see her as the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, which is why this facade has happened in the NCP Parivar. That ultimately Mr. Pawar should have known that Ajit Pawar nurses ambitions as well, and he's not going to make way for Supriya Sule if that was expected of him.
Ma'am, Wagh Saab doesn't know about what is happening in his party, and he is wanting to comment on on the internal matters of our party. When you asked him who will be the chief minister, what will happen with the Devendra Fadnavis sir, he had no idea. But he gave the ekdam paka hua jawab ki JP Nadda sahab, Modi sahab and Amit Shah sahab will take the decision. And now he has the internal news from our party that Pawar sahab wanted to make the career of Honorable Supriya Dhoundial. I don't think I am required to reply on that remark, which appears fictitious.
No, you are, because that's the perception, and it's not just the BJP's perception. It's the perception that the Aam Janta has as well. Just like the perception that the Aam Janta is taking away with them today is that Ajit Pawar has called his uncle old and said you should retire.
Shreya ma'am, everyone can have a perception. Everyone can have a perception. Why don't you take these things into consideration, that till date Supriya Tai had never been a minister, even when NCP was in power in the central government. But Honorable Ajit Dada had been a deputy chief minister for five times, if we don't consider this present time. So perceptions can be different for different person, and we cannot take every perception into consideration, ma'am. The party doesn't work in that way.
Okay. Thank you very much. This has been a good chat. I'm going to thank all of you for joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Wagh, good to have you on the show, spokesperson of the BJP, launching a... अच्छा रुक जाइए बात साहब क्या बोल रहे हैं, बोलिए.
Her father was a minister in center. Okay. And वंशवादी पार्टी है आपकी एनसीपी की. एनसीपी के शरद पवार जी ने पार्टी अपने खुद के लिए चलाई है, और शरद पवार जी की पार्टी उनके बेटी के लिए ही है. वंशवाद है.
ठीक है, तो आप कह रहे हैं कि ये वंशवाद एनसीपी में भी चल रहा है जैसे कांग्रेस में चल रहा है. Okay, you may have a fair point. We leave it there for the moment. All I'll say is that this is a family drama that has played out in the state of Maharashtra. We have still not reached the climax, and this is certainly not the end, because there is another player in the mix. His name is Eknath Shinde. How will things pan from here on? Fact is that the matter is right now in the Election Commission as well, exactly as it was a year ago with the Shiv Sena. So the Election Commission will decide who the NCP belongs to, whether it's Ajit Pawar or Sharad Pawar. By the looks of it, today's numbers suggest that it could very well be Ajit Pawar. But what happens after that? Ajit Pawar today, importantly, publicly, on stage has said, I want to be chief minister. How will the BJP manage that aspiration, given that just a year ago, they got Mr. Eknath Shinde, along with the Shiv Sena, to their alliance, promising him the chief ministership. So he's chief minister of Maharashtra today. Will he be the chief minister of Maharashtra a month down the line? We'll wait and watch. That story is still playing out for the moment. A quick break.